modern day masculine man, take one.
What makes a modern day masculine man? When you drink your liquor straight, a modern day masculine man. I pay all the bills and I tells my woman the truth. Got my shit together, do what I wanna do, say what I wanna say. I won't break, you are not me, and I am not you. I kept it real, so now I can do what I wanna do. Modern masculine man. Welcome to Man School.
Welcome to the Modern Masculine Man Podcast, Mitch.
Masculine man, yeah.
I'm not even gonna try to sing.
Man,
You'll be like, what is this?
Beautiful Wednesday. How you doing, Carla? Welcome one, welcome all. Come one, come all. Come from the top to the short, to the big, to the small, to the skinny, to the little, to the tall. It's Ranting, Raving Wednesdays, and I feel like rhyming, How you doing, Miss Carla? I feel like rhyming today because it's such a beautiful day. And I just had this great vibratory moment. You know how you have a long day and you got a lot of shit to do and you might have to rush to the show, and the show is something that you want to do, but it becomes like an afterthought during the day. And then when you get to the point, you're like, damn, I had a long day. I'm rushing. I got something to do after this and blah, blah. And then sometimes it could be like, damn, I got to do the show. Like you're excited about doing the show, but it's like, damn, I got to do the show. There's something else I got to do. And when the modern masculine man, I was feeling like that today. Like, okay, I got to do the show. You know what I'm saying? Got a lot of shit to do. So I was like, okay, I got to do the show. And as I was saying that thought to my head, this is how the inner man worked. As I was saying that thought to my head, I said, damn, I had 2 doctor's appointments with my daughter today. I worked third shift. I ain't got no sleep. I had just laid down at about 7:05, and I woke up with my alarm at 7:45. Like, damn, I got to do the show. Let me get myself together. And as I was thinking that, while the fucking song was playing, someone was like, man, this shit's so dope. One day this gonna be your job. I had it, it came so clear to me. You know what I'm saying? Like you had these feelings about something. You're not doing nothing because you don't believe in it anyway. But it's like in the process, the journey of it. But it was like I was sitting here laughing, like, one day this gonna be my job. Like my soul was laughing, like, it's gonna be my job where I just sit here and talk for an hour and we're gonna be rich. You know what I'm saying? That shit was crazy how clear the thought came.
Well, it's an awesome thought because I mean, we do get the response. People do love our show. There's no question on that. And we always hit on some topics that I don't think people usually kind of have our perspective. So, we don't always agree, but we always kind of have a regard and respect for each other's perspective.
Yeah.
And I think that's why it works. And then we're both outside thinkers. So we don't think like everybody else.
Yeah.
Because we don't care if people agree or not. We just speak from our space and where we're at. And I just think we get a different type of response, if you will.
And I feel comfortable with you. Like, I don't genuinely even talk to women outside of some romantic type shit. or no, seriously, outside of some romantic shit or outside some big brother father figure type shit.
Right.
So I don't have any like cross relationships with women. Most of the time I'm above a woman, leading a woman. You know what I'm saying? My wife is like a cross. You got relationships that's above, sideways, and below.
Right. Yes.
Old pastor used to tell me, he said, you should always have a person above you, 2 people beside you, and 1 person below you that you should be accountable to. So it's like most of the time when I'm in a situation with a woman, it's like I'm a father figure to her.
Mm-hmm.
Like this chick hit me up tonight. She's like, "You still be doing them one-on-ones?" I was like, "Yeah." She's like, "Oh, you ain't been saying nothing about them." I was like, "Because I got people built up. Like I don't talk about this shit. I don't want to overwhelm myself. You know what
Right.
I'm saying?" So
Right.
she was like, "Well, I need to do a one-on-one." And I was like, "Yeah," because she used to do them back in the day. And she's like, "I need to talk to my psychologist." I said, "Don't call me that, because if something happened, I don't want nobody to say I was giving psychological advice." But yeah, the point I'm making is I feel comfortable with you as like a side relationship, like we equals, like
Mm-hmm.
comrades. You know what I'm
Of course.
saying? And for the most of the time when I'm in a situation with a woman, it's like I'm in a leadership role, or there's somebody I'm trying to skin. You know what I'm saying? So
Well,
that's
at least you're honest with me. I'll tell you that. There's no question on that. It's so funny because I think the way we even became close is just a unique way in its own right. But I think it's unique because we don't really talk about how we even kind of became what we are. But it was kind of like you have a perspective. I typed a whole list of my perspective, and then we just went with it. And I was like, hey, what are you thinking? And we just kind of prick each other's minds, and we always have a respect. And plus, we both do this outside of this.
yeah,
We're
exactly.
actually dealing with
Exactly.
people and their stuff, so it's a whole nother animal.
And when I first talked to you, I thought to myself, I was like, yo, if I can put her in front of women, if women could hear this lady, they don't have to try to be like her or listen to everything she say. But this lady has a perspective that's I think is a logical perspective. I think is objective. It's not grounded in the female. Uh, Let me tell you something, Carla, and I know we're gonna get started, but
No, you're
the
fine.
thing I like about you and the thing I like about my wife, the thing that attracts me to a woman is when she has outgrown that little girl shit. And I'm serious. And rarely do I meet a woman that has outgrown that little girl shit. And that little girl shit meaning when a woman get to a certain age, and it ain't even age, because like you said, with the
She's
it's not
decided
age.
herself.
Yeah,
Really?
when a woman get to a certain point of maturity in her own mind, where she said, "My life is about me, and I didn't gave up." Not saying I didn't gave up on love,
No,
not saying I didn't gave up on relationships, not saying I didn't gave up on sex.
no.
I didn't gave up on this fucking fantasy idea in my head of what I think some's supposed to be like. Now,
Yes.
once the woman get to that point, she really becomes to where she's thinking like a man. And see, Steve Harvey was talking some bullshit. He didn't know what the fuck he was talking about. I'm serious. A woman will only think like a man when she didn't do that in love. That's not saying she ain't gonna fall in love.
Right.
That's not saying she ain't gonna have a companion.
No.
But when she get to the point where she like, listen, I understand life, and I like this man, and he like me, and we gonna walk this road together, and we gonna figure it out. But one thing I'm not doing, and it's not about cheating. See,
No.
people be thinking it's about listen. I don't need this man to be my happiness. I don't need him at every waking call, every waking turn. I've seen situations, and I've been in situations with women,
Right.
relationships where it's like when I get home from work, it's like they want to be up under me the whole time. It's like they want to spend every waking moment with me when they not at work until they got some shit they want to do.
Right. Of
You know what
course.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's and we gonna get in that tonight because I already know what the subject is about. But it's crazy because
I
I'm
know.
explaining why I like you. But the point I'm making is there would have been situations where it's like when they get home from work, where you at? Where you at? Where you at? But Saturday morning, if they want to go thrifting or go shopping, they'll get up and leave at 8 o'clock in the morning and be gone all day and have them a good time with their girls.
Yes.
Soon as they on the way to the fucking house, where you at? Where you at? It's like a woman. It's like I've experienced so many situations with a woman where if you're not spending all your free time with them, they fucking sad, upset, or angry.
Yeah.
And really, what it is you wondering where that dick at.
Well, I'm going to be honest with you. My parents, my mother and father, got into a huge argument right in front of me. This is when I was young. It's probably about maybe between the ages of 11, 13, somewhere around there. And my mother was trying to tell me, you want to find a man that makes you happy. And then dad said, there's no such a thing that a man's going to make you happy. And they went rounds and rounds and rounds about this argument. And I'm sitting there looking at both of them like, well, I don't know what the hell is up with this argument. But the two of you are back and forth. And mom was mad as hell. You're telling Nicole that there's no man that's going to make her happy. And blah, blah, blah. Dad's like, ain't no such a thing. So that dialed down. But I'd say probably the next following week, which is about that Monday or Tuesday, he and I ate breakfast every morning. And then we sat down and I said, Daddy, I said, why did you and Mommy yell so much about that argument? There's no such a thing as a man's going to make you happy. And I was like, oh. Well, Mom was nowhere in earshot because she was not in the house or even around. So there was nothing to combat against him and his point of view. And I'm just looking at him. He said, I'm going to tell you what you do. When you get old enough to understand this, you tell a man that you want so much and you like so much to stand there and make you happy. And I was thinking to myself, that can't happen. He said, and always remember, when you want to get yourself a gift for your birthday, for Valentine's Day, whatever, buy your own. Because don't no man know what you want until you tell him. And I was like, okay. So I'm sitting here like, wading in the water with Dad, trying to figure out what the hell is this supposed to mean. But as I got older and as, life starts slapping you in the face, you start getting in different relationships. My first boyfriend, he was like one of those that would buy stuff and try to make you happy. But once you get slapped in the face with reality, you're like, oh, well, wait a minute. There's no such a thing. So when Dad told me you ask a man to stand there and make you happy, I thought, oh, crap, that's not going to happen. So now he basically had me take off the expectation that someone outside of me can make me happy.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Change the game for me. So now I have a love for men, for them to be who they are without standing there making me happy or saying what I want to hear. I actually want them to give me something to think about.
Yeah. And that's the thing that attracted me to you when we first had a conversation, when you first you had like maybe 7 points of perspectives or something that you had put on my page. And I was like, she get it. Anytime a woman or any human being thinks somebody else's job is to make them happy, you fucked up. You're always going to be miserable because you got to think, if they're trying to make you happy, they can't be happy.
No.
So when they're not in fucking Joker mode to make you happy, they're not happy.
No.
So they ain't gonna have a lot left for you. No. It's like, I want you to be how I want you to be for me, and if you be how you want me to be for me, then I can be happy.
That's not how it works.
Yeah, and
I think you said it last time we had our show. I think you said you told Chris, I hope you're not here for me to make you happy. I think you said that to her.
That's my number one saying to everybody, every woman I ever dealt with. Yep. I create my own happiness.
Right.
That mean I'm not looking for you to make me happy. No. I'm looking for you to be you. And I guarantee you I'm enjoy some fun with you on the road, but I'm looking for you to be you. Absolutely. I'm not looking for you to make me happy because I'm happy.
Right.
I'm happy. The reason I picked you because I was happy. Right. I knew I liked you because I'm a happy person. I know who I like. I know who I want to be around. But let's go ahead and get started. I really like the topic. It's like we kind of already out there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so welcome everybody. It's Coach Carla Nicole with the handsome Javon Clark. We are on it tonight. We are going to talk about something that I think is very important. I think a lot of times when we are in relationships, ladies, we have a tendency to receive love from men, but we misread it or we misunderstand the way they love us. And so because of that, we have constant disappointment, constant misunderstandings, constant frustrations, disappointment, aggravation, arguments, because we're not understanding their way in which they show that they love and care. So tonight we're going to describe, and even Javon can even give even more depth about what I know about how men are going to project care for you, so that we have a better understanding as to what does this mean. We always seem to think that men are supposed to love us and care for us the way our girlfriends do, the way our moms did, and we get confused. This is why a lot of times, not to be funny, but a lot of times we have male gay friendships with men because we understand the way they react to us and respond to us and understand us versus straight heterosexual men. And so because we don't have that engagement, when we get involved in a relationship, we're lost. So I think tonight is a great time to have this conversation. So what do you think, Javon?
I mean, I think one of the biggest things, just first thing, to just throw it out there, and it's the number one thing that a woman hates. A woman hate for a man to tell her the truth or correct her or guide her. And that's the first thing. If a man care about you, that's what he gonna do. He not gonna be around and see you in delusion. Whether he's your brother, your sister, your cousin, your uncle, especially if he's a woman you want to be with.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If you're a woman that he want to be with. When I first met my wife, I told her, I said, I think you're supposed to be my wife. She said, okay, I can deal with that. I said, well, let me I'm gonna pick the boys up from school and see how I get along with them, and we gonna get right into it. You know what I'm saying? If I think that, and I had my place, and I started giving her my money, and she would pay my bills and stuff, because that's what I was used to. And she would have said, it's always like I'm on the hot seat with you. It's like I'm always in trouble with you. It's like you think you my daddy or something. I said, well, that's because I want to be with you. Well, ain't nobody else had all these problems. I said, because they ain't want to be with you. I said, I'm grooming you for the wife that I want you to be with. I know what I want to be with. So I'm going to always be in teach mode. That's it. I wouldn't let my sister or my niece, any woman that I'm affiliated with, I would not let her be a fool. You know what I'm saying? I just won't do that. Right. And we outside of romance, Carla, if a man care about a woman, he gonna tell her the fucking truth every time.
I agree.
And that be the number one thing that women don't want to hear.
No.
And I have a saying, and it's a general statement. Okay. But I have a saying, females can't get along unless they lying to each other. Every time I've seen a female tell another female the truth, they fall out.
Right.
I be like, how you fall out with her? It's like it's like they walk on eggshells for each other. As far as the truth relates, as soon as one of them be like, girl, then look, you goddamn don't need to be doing that. You got a husband, or girl, we did fuck shit together, but girl, this right here is this a new level. Right. Oh, who you judging? Blah, 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 blah. I just never see. It's like women say all the time, I don't get along with women as well. And I be like, okay, what if I told you I don't get along with men and all my friends women? You would think I'm fucking them women or I'm gay.
Right.
So if you're a woman, you saying I don't get along with women, all my friends are men. I'm like, are you screwing them men? Right. Or are you gay? Like, why you don't get along with women?
Right. Well, and I think it's very important that we address the first thing that you brought up about honesty.
Yeah.
So the truth of the matter of this problem within the confines of women, we end up really, if you can pay attention to how we are wired, women are more wired to what we hear. This is why men are always good with the mouthpiece, usually the ones that get the ones with the panties. The man that's got the best mouthpiece He can speak well. He can talk
Yeah.
well. He
Yeah.
can talk that woman right out of her panties because women are drawn in by what they hear.
Yeah.
And so when a man tells a woman something, he can tell her something over and over and over again. And after a while, even if it has no validity, she'll keep believing it because she wants him, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Prime example, I have an ex that loves to come around every now and then and inbox me or send me a phone call or hey beautifuls, right? He hits me up recently. Hey beautiful, how are you? This and that. I said, you haven't changed. What do you mean? You haven't changed. You're still the same person you were. I don't know. My daughter was 4 when we were messing around. She's 26 now. That's 22 years of evidence. I know what you're doing. You're
Yeah.
still fine as hell, and you're still gorgeous and all that, groomed up perfect, but you're still an ass. You still deal with low life women. I know what you're doing, but you are fine enough. If I was still on the BS listening to this stuff you're telling me, I would be right back in your bedroom because women, we have a tendency to go right back when you know good and damn well this man is going to tell you the same thing he told you when Morgan was 4. The same stuff. Exactly. To a point where I told him, you are still dealing with 2 with a possible 3 in rotation. He looked at me like I had like I had told him something he wasn't expecting. His whole face went black and he's like, wow.
Yeah, he checking on you. He check because if he was messing with you that long ago, and like you said, he ain't changed, and
No.
y'all knowing each other. They ain't saying y'all been messing around off and on for 20 years, but he know what place he had in your life. And as men, every now and then we gotta check and see. You know what I'm saying?
And he's saying, I know I messed up. Why are you here? And you're still doing the same stuff you were doing back then.
Yeah.
And nothing's changed. But again, when you sit back and look at this is how we as women end up getting around with the same man over and over and over.
Yeah.
This is how we end up in these messes like this.
Yeah, I have an old saying, you know what I'm saying? It's like men got 5 or 6 women at any time. He could drop one and it's another one gonna come in.
Absolutely.
If you're a handsome, decent man, you got 5 or 6 women.
Easy.
I don't give a fuck. You lying if you say you don't. There are very few men that's handsome, decent men that women like who don't have but just that one woman. I said men got 5 or 6 women in rotation. They could be new any day.
Yes.
And a woman got 3 guys that she messed with.
Right.
Those 3 guys.
Yep.
If one of them is for this, one for this, one for this. If she meet a new guy and she in a relationship for 4 years with him, when she break up with him, when she want to see some company, she gonna call one of them old dudes up because she's comfortable and familiar with those old dudes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's just how it go. And like I said, like we were saying last week, until people get honest about this shit, it's always gonna be fucked up. Like people just won't be. Girl, I know you fucking with at least 2 guys from your past. One of them you hate to call him, but that's the one that fuck you good and really, really floats your boat. And then you got a guy that's really been wanting you his whole life. You know what I'm saying? And you mess with him from time to time. You know what I'm saying? You have
to give that in kibbles and bits. That has to be kibbles and bits because if you give it too much on the regular, then that one starts getting his head and
exactly. The kibbles and bits. That's funny. I never heard it like that. That's funny. Kibbles and bits. You got to douse that pussy out to him once every 9-10 months. Like when you need a big favor or you know what I'm saying, he gonna goddamn hop up out the bed with his wife in the middle of the night to see you.
You already know.
Damn.
You have to kibble and bit that one. You can't keep it up where you're going on and on and on. He has to be rational.
He gonna fall in love. He gonna go crazy. Look, if you don't kibble and bit him, he gonna be watching your house.
Right. That part.
Yeah.
So you have to be mindful. And this is why I said, when you are really aware of understanding as women, we have to be honest with self. Okay, so if we're understanding, how do we really know if a man really cares about us? You have to, first of all, accept the honesty. Mm-hmm. Now, here's where it gets sticky. Most of the time when a man is honest, the ego gets bruised.
Mm-hmm.
When the egos get bruised, the ears shut down and you can't hear nothing. The egos get bruised, the ears shut off, and we can't hear. So now, when a man is trying to say, "Hey, I want to be with you. You're someone I see in my life pretty much permanently," and they're trying to explain to you where you are, the ears shut off because we have our egos all bruised up. When the egos get bruised, we need to now go inward and say, "Wait a minute. I think I need to be honest with self. What he's telling me really has some truth.
Mm-hmm.
In understanding that truth, let me look and see, am I willing to hear it and then willing to make changes to where I can upgrade where I am faulty? Or am I willing to stay in my bullshit and keep my inflated ego that no, I'm the best thing since sliced bread and end up lonely with no man at all?"
User, that's funny. As you were saying that, user says it's our egos. We don't want to believe what we see because we think too highly of ourselves. Trey Prue says, I feel that. Admit I got stuck in a fairy tale and hard to really transition out of the fairy tale. I really need to date around. So like you said, it's that ego situation.
Mm-hmm.
But one thing about me that I've learned in dealing with women, and I guess I've always been smart or safe. I call it safe dating. I don't like nobody that don't like me. So I've never had any horror stories. I ain't never been in love with no woman and she want in love with me back.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't never been tried to buy a woman. I ain't never tried to give a woman too much time. You know what I'm saying? I'm the type of guy, I say, hey, how you doing? If you like me, I like you. I don't try to date out of my league. So I haven't experienced a lot of negative things from women. Literally, like, say, for example, I don't experience their ego with women. You know what I'm saying? They poke their lip out when I tell them the truth.
Yeah.
But then after that, they be right back happy picking the hairs out of my neck. The reason I'm saying that, when a woman likes you, she'll listen to you.
Man, that's been a long time since I did that. But yeah.
Yeah, man. Hey, look.
That's a throwback. I forgot.
Yeah, that's why I said, when a woman like you, she want to bust the bumps on your face. She want to squeeze your nose and see that little white stuff come out. When a woman like you, she'll rub behind your ear and smell it. She'll stick her finger in your navel and smell it. When a woman like you, she like every little thing about you, every nook and cranny. So them the type of women I deal with. I don't deal with women that don't like me like that. So like I said, when I tell them the truth, they poke their lip out, but they get right back regular. I've seen and I know situations where when a woman don't want to listen to a man, it's because she like, I really don't like this motherfucker. And you got the nerve to be trying to school me too, nigga. Like you said, nigga, I'm kibbling, bitten your motherfucking ass. You trying to school me? You know what I'm saying? But when a woman like you, I remember, like I said about Chris earlier, she used to always say, I feel like I'm always on the hot seat. Every day I'm on the hot seat. Mm-hmm. But you poke your lip out, and then after I finish talking, you be like, you gonna cook something? It's like they get right over it. Right. So I never experienced a lot of that because, like I said, I don't like nobody that don't like me. I don't want to be no puppet dog chasing behind no woman that don't like me. You ain't gonna kibble. I'm not gonna be the guy you're gonna be able to kibbles and bits.
Well, see, for me, when I was in Playgirl years, and when I was very intentional with what I wanted, if I wanted somebody, I was nonstop. I mean, I had tunnel vision, and I really didn't care if he wanted me back. That's how crazy. I'm telling you, Capricorn crazy.
Yeah.
Just Capricorn crazy over him. And when I would get to that level of persuasion and persistence, it was bad because I didn't really care if I got it back. Yeah. I knew that mine was enough, and then only one time did I got defeated and I wasn't happy. Mm-hmm. But it took me a while to get over that one. But yeah, I was like, okay, I went way too left trying to make it what it wasn't without really knowing if this is reciprocal energy.
Yeah.
it has to be a slow dance. We got to be in rhythm. We got to be in the same, almost like we got to have a, like you say, a liking and admiration for each other, to where there's a consistency that holds you in balance, even when you're in, I don't know, out of sync for a while, or you're not getting along, or you're not seeing eye to eye. That person, you still want to be around them.
You know, it's funny because I've always been into like asking a woman what's her zodiac sign, and I don't know nothing about that shit. All I know is mine, Sagittarius. This,
Okay.
But in dating and dealing with women over time, I've dated a lot of probably about 4 or 5 Capricorns.
Great.
And the Capricorns are the ones that I can remember that I could have developed some type of feeling for, but I understood what was going down. A Capricorn woman is the type of woman, and you tell me, am I lying?
Okay.
It's the type of woman. They the type of women that I've dated that they get a high off making a nigga fall in love with them. Like they'll do anything to make you like rub your feet. They service the fuck out of you. It's like the new word they say, love bombing. A Capricorn woman, it's like she get a high. She ain't happy until you fall in love with her. Then she don't like you no more. You know what I'm saying? It's like I've said to them, I'll be like, look, now I know damn well you don't like you're overdoing this, but I like it. But you're overdoing this.
Right.
I know when somebody's goddamn trying to razzle dazzle me.
Right.
And that's how I always would be. It would be like, and then I've had some female friends that were Capricorns, and I would be like, why are you doing all that to that guy? And you just said you don't even like him like that.
Mm-hmm.
And they'd be like, well, that's how I like to do. I like to go wash a nigga clothes and help clean his house and do all this shit. I'm like, you don't even like the nigga like that though. They'd be like, that's what I do. I ain't happy to until I got my claws in a nigga. When a nigga really, really like me, that's when they lose interest. And that's what happened with them, with me. Like, I was like, you losing interest now because you ain't doing all that shit you used to do. Now you cool with just fucking me. But at first you was really like, you know damn well you ain't got to do all that. Look, she said Capricorns be capping.
And see, for me, for real, I'm usually someone that will last. I like to last long term. So if I'm into a man for real, and I'm really into him for real, I will do a lot of stuff for him.
Yeah.
And it's usually selfless stuff. Like it doesn't really, it's not for me to give and for me to get. That's not really what it is.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like you're trying to make me fall in love with you. Like you're doing too much.
Well, what we do know as Capricorns is once our absence speaks the volumes necessary, that man is in 100%.
Yeah.
He's in. Yeah. Once our absence is like, man, I need to check on her. I ain't talk to her. I need to see her. You're like, okay, I made my mark, and now I'm, it's like
happy to move on to somebody else.
Well, and a lot of times we as Capricorn women, when we do love a man for real, 100%, oh, that man will never feel that again.
Yeah.
It's a whole different depth of love. It's hard to describe it. That's why we have to be extremely careful, like who we just giving it away to. Because if you gonna do all that, just get ready, because it's gonna be on and popping, and ain't nobody playing.
And another thing, since we talking about it, I'm always on my comedic shit, but it's not comedic shit. It's just the truth.
Okay.
It's funny you said something about we're talking about what a man does to show he love a woman. You know what I'm saying? Right. And a woman don't even realize just giving you her name, your name, a title, or just making you my woman, because men are taught it's like a woman is a ball and chain. It's different for us. Y'all are taught get your Prince Charming and settle down. That don't mean y'all don't do that,
right?
But men are taught a woman is a ball and chain, and so it's a situation where it's like for a man, when you get married or when you settle down with a woman, and if monogamy is normally most women's things or most situations, right. It's like you're giving up all the pussy in the world for this one woman. That's kind of the sentiment we feel like, man, you giving up all the pussy in this world for this one pussy.
Right.
And so it's like just that in itself, I go with you. I ain't gonna fuck nothing else. Like, golly, That right there, just that in itself, women don't understand the importance of that. That's why Ike Turner was like, "Get my motherfucking name back." But my point is this: I remember this chick asked me, she was like, "How you know you love me?" And I was like, "You don't want me to tell you that." I might have said this on the show before. And she was like, "How you know you love me?" And I was like, "Cause your pussy is mediocre." And she just got quiet, like how that shocked you, cause your pussy mediocre. I'm hitting
And
this same.
you're still here. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I'm hitting this same mediocre pussy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Most of the time, when a man marry a woman or be with a woman for sex, she makes him come fast every time.
Mhm.
Like her pussy good enough, she know how to work her kegels or her head game tight where she can make a nigga come in 2-3 minutes every time.
Right.
Those women like that, you're gonna keep them in your life because it's rare. I guess it's the same with women. Every man think he can fuck, and you know what I'm saying, and every woman thinks she can fuck. You know what I'm saying?
Oh God, yes, that's true.
But my thing is, if I could put all my moves on you, then the pussy is mediocre. That don't mean it's bad. You might have a banging ass body, and I like looking at it. But if we start off missionary and I'm on top, and I don't come before I can switch, you know, then I hit you, you ride me some, and then I hit you from the back. I'm gonna say the nut for the back.
Oh, okay.
If I can get all that off you, it's me. But when a woman, when you get on top of her and you have to keep pulling it, I mean, I don't know. I just like I'm assuming you got some good pussy, not being funny. I can just tell.
Okay.
So the point I'm making is when a woman is used to it, old women used to say, I make them arrive quick.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So if sex is good,
right,
a man and a woman, if a woman got some good pussy, he gonna come fast, and she gonna come knowing that she making this nigga come fast. You know what I'm saying? It's like a give and take. So it's like fucking 25, 30 minutes. Come on, what? Because the pussy is mediocre. You know what I'm saying? So I'm enjoying looking at you, flipping you, watching you. But if that pussy good,
right,
it's a 3-4 minute thing. So really, that's what women. I'm giving women some game.
No, you are, because most women don't hear this. No, women don't hear this part.
I'm giving women 100% game because women say shit like, "Oh, he was a 1 minute man." No, that's because you got some good pussy. A woman that's got some good pussy and is good. See, sometimes a man, now ladies, don't think I'm being vulgar. Sometimes a man can be tender dick. He come quick off every pussy.
That's true.
But if a woman got some good pussy and you come fast off of her and you say that little shit like, you done heard this before. You know, I don't normally come that fast. You know what I'm saying? When a man say that to you, if a woman got some good pussy, she's like, oh, I don't mind that. Because she's saying to herself, this pussy make everybody come fast, nigga. I ain't expecting you to stay in that pussy. Now, when you get yourself together, I don't expect you to goddamn go in here and get this second nut and be all fast. You better have some control the second time, nigga. You know what I'm saying? But the point I'm making is,
oh my God,
you are with a man. This is the point.
Okay.
If you are with a man,
yes,
and he not coming fast on you, and y'all together, that man love you. He with you for the long, because that pussy mediocre. Pussy mediocre. And that's some women need to know. If your man can get on top of you and fuck you and switch positions and missionary sideways, you ride him from the, then he hit from the back and he doing a lot of switching. If y'all fucking really the one nut, if y'all fucking over 4-5 minutes, that man like you because your pussy trash. I don't want to say trash, but that pussy mediocre.
Well, and I think, and if we're just honest, because I'll be honest, and I'm going to be a lot more, so we don't just zero in on every woman thinking this is her truth, because every woman's different. So let me just put it out there like this, so women can get a bandwidth of understanding. Depending upon y'all's version in each other, how y'all flow with each other, Some people will come like this because of the fact that you haven't been around a while. It's been a long time. You're tired from work. All kinds of other things can be factors why you are coming fast and he's coming fast. Number one. And another thing too is if you're not really a woman that is orgasmic, a man is going to find himself using a lot of friction, and that's going to also cause him to what? Come quicker. Because it's not as much juicy and all that to where he can swim in. Again, all of these reasons can cause for a man to be like, ooh, I didn't know it was going to be like this. And she's closed up like this because she hasn't had it in a long time or whatever's going on. You have to allow yourself understanding that you and I are going to bring a certain vibe.
Yeah.
Sometimes when you're in a zone with someone, y'all slow dancing on the dance floor and you can slow dance all night. And some you in there for about 10-20 minutes and you're like, okay, I can't do this. And some women, as far as women are concerned, we also have our own versions of how we can be more aroused as well. So we as women can get more moved by certain men. Certain men might be, oh my, he's just all that in a bowl of grits. And then there's others that, well, he's nice. I mean, he's a nice guy. He takes me here and buys me this. But he's really not, he doesn't really have skills. And that's true too for men. There's sometimes men don't kiss well. They don't really know what they're doing on foreplay. They just put it in and they're sloppy. They don't know what they're doing. Like, okay, what is this? Let me do it. Because obviously you don't know what you're doing. Those are the different examples of how we as women also experience mediocre men coming in. They don't know what they're doing. And then you get the ones that they'll just kiss you and you're like, wow, I've just moved and I'm ready to go. But then other men don't they're not into kissing. And then some men are like good as far as oral and some don't do it. And it's a lot of things. I'm talking about a lot of arrays of things that can get a woman to be at that variation as well, where she's like, when Randy comes over here, that's a whole nother, we in there a while.
But let me put this on the back end of your point so we can clearly understand each other. A woman,
yes,
if a man's dick ain't no good, he better have some money. You see what I'm saying? Meaning a woman will put some trash dick and not love you at all. If a man put up with some trash pussy, he love that woman. Yeah, that's the point I'm making. That's
but see, we also have sexual needs though, Javon.
Y'all go cheap, but what I'm saying is,
yeah, but we gotta have something besides his money. It's gotta be something else. I'm talking about if he's not really good as far as his penetration skills.
You gotta be able to eat pussy good.
Yes.
This is the thing, Carla. This is the thing that's so crazy. The difference in men and women, right? A woman will go out to dinner with a man that she really don't like just to get a meal. I'm not sitting across from no woman I don't like just to get a meal. A woman will sleep with a man just for some money and not be attracted to him. If I'm not attracted to you, I'm not going to be able to get hard. Yeah. So what I'm saying is the difference is a woman, if a man can't fuck, a woman will overlook that and not love him, but could find some other things. Like you said, the pussy eating. He might be a romantic guy. He might be a tongue kisser or some shit. She'll figure out something.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
But then again, it depends because there's some dudes that could take you out to eat and all that stuff and do everything and make you feel feminine. But then when it gets down to the get down, he doesn't have a good skill at all.
Have you ever seen the clips of this woman that Rick Ross was going with, and every time he tried to kiss her,
she'd be like this?
Okay, now let me give you a perfect example of what I mean.
Yes.
That shit you talking about, and I understand it, but pussy eating may be the only thing. If he just a drop dead good pussy eater, a woman say okay, but when a woman when a man can't fuck and a woman don't like him sexually, she don't even want him kissing on her neck. She don't want him sucking her titties. She be irritated with that motherfucker like that woman was with Rick Ross. That's what I'm telling you. A woman can be with a man that she totally despised, sexually irritated with, but because of what he got, she'll kind of, a man, if that pussy trash and he's still around, because what do men get from women, really? Other than some good, I'm not saying women don't do a lot of things, but you know what I mean for the most part. That man's gift is some good pussy, and that woman's gift is some good provision. You see what I'm saying? I don't think women walking around saying, girl, I'm looking for that good dick to settle down with. I think, a woman could be with a man that's mediocre in the bed and she cheap for that good dick. But men, we be walking around looking for that good pussy. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know.
So when a man love you, if a man is fucking you 15, 20 minutes, baby, he love you. He love you. I promise you. Because if that pussy was good, he'll be out of there quick.
Well, and for me, I think we as women don't really own up to our own personal sexual truth. Remember, I talked about this last week. We don't really own up to our sexual truth because it's not discussed. Yeah. But if a woman crew really sat down and talked about what their sexual needs are, how often they really need it, how good it has to be to where they're gratified, not satisfied, gratified, it would be a whole different conversation. I just don't think a lot of women know their sexual truth.
And you know what, Carla? I will be honest with you. I tell women all the time, y'all say the same shit. Like y'all say the same motherfucking lie. I've been celibate and I ain't had sex in 9 months. And you gave it to me the first day. Wow, I'm just the luckiest man in the world. Every woman tells me that. Every woman say the same thing. So I think if women sat around and had open and honest, real conversations, they will be less embarrassed about their sexual truth. You know what I'm saying? Things that they just don't want to say out loud or publicly. I don't understand why this ain't the shit The View talking about. What the fuck is these hoes sitting around talking about fucking the politics on The View? They should be talking about women. No, seriously, it just hit me. They should be talking about femininity, women things, shit that's dispelling myths. They always talk about feminism and women freedom and shit, but then you sit there and act fool like I don't fuck, I don't do nothing, I'm innocent. They should be talking about real life shit so women can feel free. They up there talking about the fucking Epstein files.
Well, you do realize that when women get freedom, sexual freedom, a lot of times it's not look good upon the feminine energy. We're oftentimes looked down on if we're sexually free or we have a sexual awareness or we even have a sensuality. It's a problem. Well, why are you wearing that? Which is this? So for me, I usually, when I'm coaching women, especially women between the ages of 40 up to 65, those women, I sit them down and say, look, you have got to get serious about your sexual truth. When you sit down and look at your damn life expectancy, we are supposed to be on the planet for 71.1 years of age. And then that's it. So we need to be more aware of our sexual needs. But a lot of times it's not look good because, well, Jesus wouldn't want us or oh my God, I can't. Oh, it's like, what is up with this?
Ladies, get that train ran on y'all. I know y'all want to do it. Every woman I've talked to got a fantasy of getting a train ran on them. And I asked them, and they said a train. I said, well, baby girl, I'm too old right now to run a train on you. Back in my 20s, I'd have called my homeboy up and we'd have trained your ass. But I'm too old. I feel like at my age, I look calling another man up. Hey, let's share some pussy. You know what I'm saying? It don't even feel right. But I've had some that said they want that train, and I said, boy, I would have ran a train. I'd have called my big dick homie over here. We used to knock them down together in college for fun. But you said something that's so real.
What?
And this is what I feel. You know how they say that the girl that's a stripper, she has less morals, this, that, and the other. No, she got a body. She can do something you can't do. Now watch this. like you said, when women are sexually free, they're frowned upon. They feel that way. That's the average, not the fine bitch like Amber Rose and Lisa Ray and Eddie Murphy wife and Halle Berry. They be sexually free, passed around, and niggas don't motherfucking care. You gotta, you see what I'm saying? It's
Right.
like I always say all the time. But I know I ain't gonna front. If I had a chance to fuck all those women I just named, I would. You know what I'm saying? So it's a situation where I'd be like, why everybody fucking passing the Megan Thee Stallion around? Why everybody want Sierra? These women are the type of women that men don't give a fuck about your body count if you're promiscuous. If you that fine bitch and you look good, men don't care if you're sexually free. Lori Harvey is fine enough where a nigga, a wife, her the motherfucking moral. So the point I'm making is that shit is some bullshit. I think women just like to act more because at the end of the day, we know we see as men, when I was in college or even a little bit afterwards, somebody say, hey man, boy, I fucked Keisha last night. You talking about Black Keisha? Yeah, man, how was that pussy? Man, that pussy was good. Hey, bro, I'm gonna try. I go straight to her and try to fuck her. So we don't be caring about that. And women know men don't be caring about it like that.
Right.
But I think it's a situation where if you average looking aesthetically, you have to lie the less beautiful you are. You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
The more beautiful you are, motherfucker don't care about that shit. And I think women know this because we see it every day. We saw the presidents and heads of states pass Marilyn Monroe around.
Well, of course.
You see what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Like you look good enough to where nigga be like, man, she fucked my homeboy. Nigga be like, shit, I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? But if you look a certain way, if you ain't as pretty, and somebody said, did you fuck my homeboy? Oh no, he lying. I ain't do that. I would never do that. I'm virtuous. You know what I'm saying? Because think about it, Carla. It's two things. What are men really looking for in women, and vice versa? It's either beauty or virtue.
Yes.
Beauty or you a virtuous good woman that's why most of the time men marry the 6s and 7s because they got more virtue about them.
Right.
And out here cheating with these damn 8, 9s, and 10s.
Well, remember, but why I want women to think about their sexual truth is because they need to understand that as a woman, we need to start studying about what it is we need sexually. Not what we want, what we need. Because a lot of times, Javon, most women are cutting off sexually completely. They are shutting down all sexual desire. So I'm talking about masturbation. I'm talking about touching, feeling, anything. They're shutting it down and then they're saying, I'm good. I don't need a man. And I'm like, where do you get this from? That's not true. Because if we were supposed to stop sexually, at the time we stopped having children and menopause and all that, then we would no longer have desire to be sexual at all.
So Carla, let me
We're cutting ourselves off.
Let me ask you this, because you at this place in your life, since we're talking about a woman's sexual truth, do you think a woman can really discuss and evaluate her true sexual truth if she's not at that point where we was talking about earlier? Because I think the thing that stops a woman from celebrating and discussing her sexual truth is because she's still trying to land a man.
Yes, absolutely.
So explain that.
I agree. Well, that's one of the problems. Is the main problem, like you said, women have to divorce or remove themselves out of the fantasy. You have to nosedive yourself into realism. Period. Once you nosedive into realism, you're able to see, okay, now I'm able to get past all this romanticism stuff that they've poured into my head. He's going to show up. A man's going to take care of you. You're going to get married. You're 70 years old. You're still sitting out waiting on a husband. Why? That doesn't make any sense. That's not adding up properly. So let's get past that. And then let's see if you have a Mr. Such and Such come on by. Now, when you have Mr., we'll just say Mr. Samuel comes on by every now and again, spends some time with you, takes you out, makes you feel feminine, smacks it up, flips it, and rubs it down and goes home. Now you get back to your feminine. This is where I think we lost it after a while. I think we lost sight of it is okay to have you a Mr. something come on by. And I've been trying to tell women, get you a Mr. Marvin, Mr. CJ, Mr. Clarence, Mr. something to come on by and spend some time with you so you can feel feminine. You lose your femininity. So when you lose your femininity and your sexuality, you lose your creative side. Our creativity comes from our sexuality. That's what our sexual energy is for. And I know a lot of people don't know that. But that's the basics. The basic is when you're sexual, when you're having a man stop on by, kiss you on the neck, and take
you be making some pretty ass cakes. You be goddamn embroidering shit that might have been why them old women could embroider and make them quilts so good. They were getting their back blown out.
Yes, that's exactly why. But we're forgetting that our aunts, when our uncle such and such passed away, she would have a Mr. stop by.
Mm-hmm.
But we never remember it. It's non-existent now.
Because he used to cut the grass. He cut the grass. He turned grandma fucking head off. You said something else too. So let me ask you this. So I'm asking the question. I know the answer based on what you done said, but I'm asking the question for the people that's watching,
okay,
so they can clearly understand it. So you pretty much saying when you done gave up on the idea of controlling a person and them creating your happiness.
Yes.
When you meet a man and y'all discuss sexual truths, you'll be free to tell him, you know what, I got a little mister come by here now and then, shit, and but shit, if you want to replace him, you can.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Or I might still
get on the roster. That's
what I'm saying.
We can schedule you in here. Let's see what.
That's what I'm saying. When a woman get over the idea that this romanticism, fall in love, blah blah blah, she can be in her sexual truth. And I promise you this. There was a song Andre 3000 had, and he was saying in the beginning, it was like the interlude, the intro. He said, "Damn." The girl said, "Damn." He said, "Wonder what he gonna think about me because I fucked on the first night. He gonna think I'm a whore." And then he said, "No, I just know you know what you want out of life." So the point I'm making is the women that I have been closest to were the women that was the most honest with me about their sexual truth.
Yes.
Because it made me know, wow, you cool enough with me. I remember me and this girl, we were so cool. And I'm gonna tell this quick story, and then I'm gonna let you wrap us up. It was crazy because we was so cool because she was so honest about her sexual truth. Now I ain't saying she was promiscuous or she was no whore or nothing. It was like the first night that I slept with her, we was kicking it and we had a good time and whatnot. And she was like, you want to come up? And I was like, yeah, I want to come up. She was like, I'm gonna be real with you. She was like, I want to give you some. She was like, but if I ask you to come up, I will give you some head. And I was like, I'm gonna be real with you. Head don't really excite me like that. I'm gonna want that pussy if you give me some head. Like straight up. Right. You know what I'm saying? And so
now you guys are really raw with your truth.
Yeah, we talking. And she said, well, the only reason I don't want to have sex with you, she said, I had sex about 5 days ago and the nigga scratched me up. She said, I got some scratches on my back. I know you was gonna notice. I said, shit, I don't give a fuck about that. And me and that girl was tight, man. She
Right.
was straight up. She was straight up. Like, she was like, I want to give you some head. We having a good night. And I'm
Right.
like, head is cool, but I like to show a woman what I can do. Fuck that head. You know what I'm saying? I want you to see what I can do with this dick. You
Right.
sucking it. But it's like once she said, nigga scratched me up, you know what I'm saying? I was like, damn, shorty honest.
Yeah.
And that it endeared me to her, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? And she was riding my dick and I was rubbing her back. I damn sure felt them scratches. I was like, bitch, you was telling the fucking truth too. At first I knew she was telling the truth, but
Right.
he had scratched her up like he was a bitch. You know what I'm saying? I was like, how the fuck this nigga scratch you up like this? Goddamn, I see why you ain't
That is
want
hilarious. Oh my God. That's hilarious.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. The women that have told me, you know what I'm saying? Shit like, it be shit that turn you on in the middle of it. You know what I'm saying? I've had a woman be like, don't stretch me out too much. My nigga coming into town tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? It's like, take it easy. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be sore tomorrow.
Hilarious.
But
That
really
is
what that
hilarious.
means is, I'm being honest, Carla,
Yeah.
when we can be that honest
Right.
about sex and money,
Yes.
we really friends.
Right.
We really locked in. There have been women that you see how women say your sexual truth. I done told my goddamn money truth that I done said, look, yo, shorty, I'll go by and get some from the grocery store and cook. I ain't got it like that to be goddamn, if I like you, I'll buy the food and
Right.
cook. I ain't got it like that. I said, if I took every bitch that like me, I'll be broke. So I told them my money truth where they knew what they could and couldn't get from me.
Right.
And that mean they like, yo, this nigga locked in. Yo, he told me, yo, we can go, look, hey, I got $80. You want to get some liquor and shit? How you want to do this? I got $80 to spend. And Shorty will be like, give me that $80. And we ride around and shop with that little $80, get us a little bottle, something to eat, blah, blah, and we really friends.
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
You
that's
can be
right.
honest. And that's the point I'm giving the women in the game. Stop hiding your sexual truth from a nigga, because we so used to women lying to us about that.
Better yet,
woman
get
tell
in
us the
tune
truth.
with your sexual truth. Learn your sexual truth.
Yeah.
Be honest
Back it up
with
for
you
us,
about your sexual truth. That's number one.
Yeah.
Because I tell you all the time, we have dress rehearsals in our own way. We talk to ourselves about certain things. And oftentimes we're not honest with self. So we can lie to any other person easily. We got to be honest. Really, we can say, hey, at about 8 or 9 o'clock, I get sexually moved. So I need Mr. Such and Such, like I told y'all ladies, get you a Mr. something, Mr. Marvin or whatever to come on by. You need to already have your booty call already set up to call him about 7:30, 8 o'clock. Because about 9, 10 o'clock, you want those legs up. Be honest with you first. And be like, oh, hi, how are you? Why don't you come on over? I have some wine for us. And he'll be like, oh, yeah, I'll come on by. Isn't going to come on by. They love it when a woman's very close to them and they tell them what they want. It's not no headache. I'm not going to be in your way. I'm not going to come over there every week. Listen, if you can come over here on a Thursday evening by 8 or 9 o'clock, stay till about 11, go home, we're good. And I still have my femininity.
Because that sexual truth is so real, because I call myself a vampire, a day walker. So women know with me, hey, look, I got a wife, or even when I didn't have a wife, I got responsibilities. I like to fuck between 8 and 12 in the day when everybody else. Yeah, you gonna have to look. Well, I don't want to fuck with the light on every time. Well, look, if you want some of this dick, baby, I got to hit it and keep moving. You know what I'm saying? Trey Prue asked a question. I want both of us to answer this for her real quick. I'll go first. Okay. What advice tonight would you give to get rid of the fairy tale mindset? Bears and Bubbles teaches I can put 2 men in my boom room. What's a quick fix to purge out the fairy tale? This is my suggestion. First of all, you don't have to give up the fairy tale. Your ideal person, you have to give up the search for that, meaning live. Because Chris is my fairy tale woman. Chris is everything that I've ever dreamed in a woman. But I didn't run into her by looking for everything that I dreamed of in a woman. I ran into her by living and being me. So that's what I want to say first, Trey Pugh. You don't have to give up on your idea of whatever your fairy tale man is. You don't have to give up that idea. Give up the idea of looking for that. So when you meet a guy, he might have a kid. He might not be this. He might not be that. But if you just live, he might morph and be what you want. Secondly, the quick fix to purge out of the fairy tale. Honestly, you want me to be honest and real with you? Fuck somebody that you know you like just because you like them. Don't make them have to earn the pussy. You know what I'm saying? Give somebody some pussy that you attracted to. Because a lot of times when a woman have a fairy tale version of a man, it could be a guy right there next to her that she worked with or right at the grocery store that she attracted to. And she would want to fuck him, but she said, no, he not the fairy tale. But if you get that guy some pussy, you never know. He might really be the fairy tale. You kind of see what I'm saying? So you got to get a pussy up to even have an opportunity to run across anything. Give me some of that pussy, Trey Pugh. God damn it, I'll fix it for you. Fuck, give me some of that pussy. I'll fuck you right on out of that fairy tale and have you out here hoeing. Give me some of that pussy. You know, like the pastor be like, I'm gonna let you answer, but let me say this real quick. There was this pastor in Nigeria, and it was saying all the women that was infertile, he was saying, fuck you, and he can make you fertile again. So he was fucking all the women that couldn't have kids in the church. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's my advice for you, Trey Pugh. Give me some of that pussy. I'm gonna bring you out of your shell. Boy, I'm gonna put a fucking on you. I'm gonna bring you out of your shell and get you back into the game. But go ahead, Miss Carla. Answer her that to the best of your ability.
I don't have no answer after that. I think you should just go on and let Javon hit it.
That's why I knew we was cool, Carla. You see how my co-host bagged me up?
100%. Go on and give it to him straight through.
But Carla, take us out for the night.
So just to let everybody know, like I said, we do want, as women, we do want to understand that men love differently than we do. And we also want to remember that it is okay to understand that we are really lost on how men are going to present themselves and caring for us and understanding how they actually love. But it's important that we also get a grip of understanding what is our sexual truth. If we don't know our sexual truth, if we're not really in the what I should say is, if we're not really in the actual realm of being sexual, then we need to reintroduce ourselves back into it. Get back into being feminine. Have men take you out. Have men take your clothes off. Have men kiss your neck. Do all that because it's important. We as women need to be cared about. We need to be feminine. And if we're not around men to keep us feminine, we're going to find ourselves more masculine. And then we're not going to get hit on. You're not going to get the excuse me, miss at the store. You're not going to get it. This is how you get it when you start having men spend time with you and take you out.
You know what? And Trey Pugh, that right there. I feel like that's good advice for you too. And I know that wasn't directed specifically toward you, but let me say this before I go. I actually work with the sister that's fine than a motherfucker. And I hollered at her one day, and you know what she said to me? She said, I'm a demisexual.
You told me that.
And I said, what's a demisexual? She said, I done been out the game so long. She was like, you too fine for me. She's like, I'm attracted to you. Basically, what she was saying was what Miss Carla's saying. If you don't go out on dates and let somebody knock the dust off that pussy every now and then, you turn into just a regular. You lose your femininity. You lose the feeling of want to take a bubble bath or put on some sexy sometime, and it makes you. And I'm telling you, as fine as this chick is, she walk around with a resting bitch face and don't nobody like her. So when she explained what a demisexual was, she said, my urges then been cut off. I'm so masculine. My urges then been cut off to liking a man for femininity. I said, so she said a demisexual is if she was on the side of the road and her car was broke down and an ugly motherfucker stopped and fixed her tire. That's who she would feel confident about fucking, because she knows she made his day. She lost everything that made her say, come on over here, big boy, and get me. She want to give a nigga some pussy over like some goddamn help wash a car type shit. Right. Trey Pugh said, I'm not cut off at this point, but I hear it. There you go. Don't do, because you know old women say that hole will close up like an earring back. You be trying to get.
You have no sense, Javon. None. Zero.
Like an earring hole.
It will. You know what? It will close up on you. It will.
Look, for the time being, you know how old folks back in the day, if you don't want to wear your earrings and you want that hole to close up, they used to take a little piece of a broom
they
and
sure
burn
did.
it. Burn it on each. That's me, Trey Pruce. I'm that piece of a broom straw burn on each end.
I say you guys make your date.
Just sticking that earlobe.
Give us a progress report on how good Javon did on the skills. We need to know. We need inquiring minds want to know how.
Look, she gonna give the review on the show live.
There you go.
And look, you know what I hope the review is?
I'm afraid to know what.
He couldn't stay in this pussy. And I'm gonna be like, I sure couldn't. I don't even want the baby. Girl, he fucked me and flipped me around, and girl, he couldn't even stay in this pussy. I'd be like, I sure couldn't.
There you go. It's Christmas now.
Well, y'all know what time it is. We appreciate y'all for staying tuned in, tapped in, and turned on to Ranting and Raving with Renzi with me and my co-host, Miss Carla Nicole. Y'all can hit her up for coaching, a lot of stuff. She gonna say what it is before we get out of here. But also make sure y'all tune in, tap in, and turn on to my guy Trav Perry tomorrow, 9:30 on Facebook Live. Miss Carla, tell them how they can reach you.
You can reach me on Patreon under Carla Nicole, spelled all one word. You can find me on YouTube under Carla Nicole channel. You can find us two, on Ranting and Raving podcast on YouTube. So make sure to reach out. Listen, we are out here doing what we do. We can't wait to see you guys next. Are you off next week, or are we good?
No,
next
it's the third. It's the third Tuesday of every month.
We'll see you next week, and we can't wait to get that report from Trey Prue and Javon. We're gonna have an inquiry. I don't even have to use the banner now.
Listen. You remember I was saying when the show started? I hadn't had no sleep, and I was like, when I'm gonna get some sleep? And
you're awake now.
Over to me that said, "Yo, I'm gonna get paid." You gotta think we gonna be getting paid, living so good one day, sitting here talking this shit. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate y'all. Y'all have a wonderful night.